Here we go, charging port replacement on a Tesco Hudl. This was an old video. I was about to delete it, but well, let's put it on YouTube. Somebody might get some information from it. So I just thought to put it on YouTube. As you see, the charging port is already broken, and this is one of the ways I remove a charging port on any devices that come into the shop. So this just came off easily. I didn't have to do much to it. Now it's just cleaning it. Why do I put a solder on the pad before removing it? Well, I know a lot of people ask this question, so let's answer this. I put solder on the pad to make it easier for me to remove it. I don't have to apply too much heat to it. If I just apply heat on it directly, it's not going to melt it. So I just have to apply some solder and flux to do it. I could just replace the whole board as well, which is quite easy to do, which anybody can do it. But while replacing the board, sometimes what happens is the components on the board are missing and stuff. So like on iPhone, Samsung, what normally happens is they have missing components, and sometimes the audio doesn't work, sometimes the network doesn't come up. So I stopped doing that. So what I normally do is, either if I get the original one, a second-hand one would be okay. I don't normally put the Chinese ones, so I recommend anybody not to put the Chinese one, new ones. Instead, try to fix the original one if you can. It's not that difficult to change the whole thing, but to change just the charging port will require some skills. Put some solder on the charging port as well, underneath the charging port. This is so that I can stick the charging port to the board, which in all cases, if they have a plate underneath, should be done. So I think every charging port should be done that way. So I do that. And then applying heat. Don't just apply heat on it directly, just slowly move it down. Once you feel like it's stuck there, remove the heat. Don't keep it there for a long time, because if we put it for a long time, it will melt the plastic inside the charging port. So it's best to do it quickly and remove it quickly, and don't apply too much heat as well. It's going to burn the plastic underneath. Once I know that the charging port is stuck there, I can solder the pins, the legs of the charging port, which is quite easy with my tweezers. So I highly recommend using tweezers. It's really good. It's quite expensive, but it depends on how you use it. So for me, tweezers are really good. For someone, it will not be good. So yeah, this is what I do, what I love. Once the legs are attached, I can now solder the pins, which are quite tricky. Ground pins, you have to apply a bit more heat to solder it. So yeah, it just doesn't stick properly. It's been about, how many years? 6-7 years I've started doing this, and these are just the skills things. So you get better at it every day once you start learning. But first thing is, you have to start learning, just watching videos and saying, oh, I can do that, oh, I can do that. Without doing these things, you'll never learn. So you have to get your hands dirty on these things. Any things that you want to learn, have to get your hands dirty. Without experience, you can never learn anything. So yeah, to clean it up, I just use isopropyl alcohol and a clean lint-free cloth, which removes most of the flux from there, and then test if the pins are okay. So yeah, this was all about changing a charging port on Tesco Hudl. I hope it helps somebody, and thank you very much.